Hey everyone, it's 10 Types, and the 100 decks from the starter deck 100 battle collection, or whatever they're called, are out in Japan, and essentially, for all the purposes of this video, it's a, I guess, really big set, but there's a lot of reprints in it. Looking at PokeBeach here, I think there's like 50 new cards, which is meaningful. Yeah, 57 new cards or featuring new artwork, so definitely some good new cards. Got Boss with a reprint, not with like a new regulation mark. We got this, which is I think draw 3, but there are some really powerful cards in this set, and some really interesting ones as well. I quickly want to mention before we hop into it the best card from this set, which is Pokepad. Pokepad is an item which is releasing, I believe, in this mini set. This is also coming out in Ascended Heroes internationally, and Pokepad is also coming out in perfect order in the first main set, which comes with a rotation next year. And what it does is it lets you search for any Pokemon without a rule box, reveal it, put it into your hand. Just super good. We're going to see it a lot today, so I wanted to talk about that before. Also, again, there is a new boss art, so I was looking through some lists and I was like, wait, what is that card? Yeah, this is Boss's Orders, of course, Gusting there on a supporter. So those are the big new cards. I'm going to be more so going over the new cards from the Start Deck 100 Battle Collection. That being said, the other part of Ascended Heroes being made up of Mega Dream. We'll talk about some. There are some interesting cards. A lot of them I've talked about a bunch on the channel, and to be honest, they're not that good. But there are some interesting ones here, and we'll start off with Mega Scrafty EX, this deck here. These are decks. This one won a gym battle. This is a tournament in Japan. It's not as big as the City League tournaments, which unfortunately the list doesn't have quite updated at the moment. But I don't know how big they are, but they're like, there's some tournaments, and we see some interesting decks here. We got Mega Scrafty EX with like some Terra Box stuff around it. But what this card does is, if it's hit into, it puts some damage cards on your opponent's active. It can like discard some stuff, and it can like do some okay damage. It's a pretty well-rounded, though pretty mediocre Pokemon, unfortunately. But it is cool seeing this card get a little bit of play here, and we got just some fun cards. I wanted to show it off here. Then we got Team Rocket's Porygon, or Team Rex Porygon Z. What? Okay. Oh, this is on Pokemon Book. It's a Japanese website. It's auto-translated. In case you can't see, this deck doesn't have Team Rocket's Porygon Z. This is a Team Rocket's like Porygon, but also Team Rocket's Honchkrow deck, which is new, again, to this expansion, Ascended Heroes, not to the 100 decks. And yeah, it lets you discard Team Rocket Spores from your hand for 2 colors on the stage. One there, which is kind of cool. It's definitely a fun little silly deck, not the strongest, but also not terrible either. Just a card that I think it's cool, right? You get to play some cool, a cool trainer package, and a cool package as a whole with the Team Rockets cards. We got another deck here. This one leans more into the Porygon, Team Rockets Porygon 2 and Porygon Z. Do damage based on these Team Rocket supporters in your discard, so that's like a finisher there. Just again, a fun little kind of silly deck. We got a Mega Dragonite EX deck, which is just like a big stage 2 Mega. I think the card's honestly pretty bad, I'm not going to lie. But then we also have Mega Electros EX, which is like a generic stage 2, also not super good. Mega Frostlass EX, which is okay. Definitely an interesting inclusion in this deck. This is the first deck I've seen with Mega Frostlass EX without the current Frostlass we have in Standard, which places damage cards on Pokemon. So definitely kind of cool there. Again, nothing super crazy, but we will get to some more interesting stuff. We do see this deck. This is definitely kind of interesting. This is I guess it's like TMS Ogerpon EX and Genesect as the attackers. You have the Meganium here, as well as Vileplume to accelerate. And pretty much you get a bunch of energy in play. You do a bunch of damage based on it. Interesting, we don't even see the Mega Meganium EX in this deck list. Some of these cards I think are kind of hard to acquire. I'm not actually super sure on that one, but we don't see Mega Meganium in this list. I'm convinced that it's not super good. I haven't heard great arguments the other way either, to be honest. But anyways, we do see this deck. Definitely a fun little one here. We got a Hops deck with some metal stuff. Kind of interesting, not the craziest deck here. We got Okidogi, Lunto, and Solrock with Moltres here and some stuff going on. We got Wugtrio. Again, a lot of fun decks here. Okay, I said go to Stall Control. Mostly Stall. But yeah, this is another deck. We got Mega Kangaskhan. We got Archaludon. Gonna just kind of skip through the ones that I think are more boring, but if you have any questions, make sure you ask down below in the comment section about special decks. But this is an actual new deck with an actual new Mega here, focusing on, where is it? Mega Emboar EX. Mega Emboar EX is a Stage 2 Mega, 3 HP, so the highest we've seen, tied with Mega Venusaur EX. I believe it's just those two. For 3, you do 320, and then 60 to yourself. So when I say it's the highest, you do damage to yourself, so it's not exactly, but then you can accelerate to yourself using using Oricorio EX here. That's, I guess, the main idea. It also is Mega Camera. It definitely seems like a weird deck. I'm wondering how good Emboar is. I kind of forgot that you could pair this with Oricorio EX, because you can also pair it with Emboar, which they're essentially the same. The one's a single prize stage 2, which is probably worse than a two prize basic, even when you're already playing in the line. But yeah, I mean, definitely kind of fun with like two different fire megas. Doesn't seem super good, I'm not gonna lie. Meganium EX, I stand by the fact that it's not a bad card. It's just a generic one energy attacker. It's not super good. It's a little clunky to power up compared to alternate options, but it's not terrible, but it's not great. And then on top of that, the upside isn't that high, but definitely some interesting stuff going on here. We have some more. We got Frostlass, Electro. Maybe Electro is kind of fun there. Got more Porygon stuff. Got the Paldea and Tauros stack, which is something I've not really seen much of, but kind of cool. We got a Mega Frostlass list here. This one focuses around Dusknoir, and also EX, I don't know if focuses around it. It's mostly Dusknoir, right? And Dusknoir obviously is powerful. And Mega Frostlass EX, no single prize Frostlass, which is interesting as well. Mostly just focused on, really destroying your opponent with these efficient Pokemon Dusknoir / Dusclops to get a little extra damage, but also Mega Frostlass just as a one energy attacker, which is pretty good here. Then we see a pretty generic Frostlass deck here, kind of like Marnie's, but like a little different with Mega Frostlass EX in there. Same thing with this list here. We have Slowking, of course. Pokepad's still, good for this deck. Good for a lot of decks. I'm not pointing it out, but it is quite good. We got this deck. This one's really interesting. This is Zoroark EX. If you're not familiar, the End Zekrom, it has an attack that like hits through walls, but it only does 70, which is like okay, but not amazing. But then you also have this attack which does just 250. Yeah, just 250. You can't attack next turn. So it's like you can't attack next turn, which is the only downside of compared to En's Reshiram. But other than that, you do so much more damage. This card is like super good. And we see the other stuff. If you're wondering why are there these random stage 2 lines, it's because it's playing, what's it called? Anthena. What's it? Anthea and Concordia. This is a supporter card. This card's like super bad as well. It's like, I mean, when you look at cards that are bad, they're bad either one, because they have low upside, which this card does not. This card has very high upside. You don't instantly win the game, but you're in a very good spot if you pull this off, like a lot further than you would be if you didn't. But then the other reason the card is bad is because it's like very difficult to pull off. And yeah, this is almost impossible. You need Enstar Mantan, Zoroark EX, Reshiram, Zekrom, Klinklang, and Vanillix in play, which of course the deck plays all of them. It plays 1/1 lines of everything except for Zoroark EX, which obviously is good in the main attacking option. This is like a lot of stuff you're just kind of chucking into the deck, and you take 3 more prizes when you take a knockout, which is like good. It doesn't instantly win you the game. I mean, it does if you one-shot a Mega, but like you're not even one-shotting a Mega with this. Like you're not using. I guess you have Defiance Band. I was gonna say something about Binding Mochi, but yeah, Defiance Band is like fine. I mean, you do less, but you cannot afford Binding Mochi, right? Because you have a full bench there. The deck is bad, like the card is bad. But the End Zekrom is definitely good for it. Then we got Meganium EX. Meganium EX is a pretty simple, straightforward Pokemon. It's a Mega for 3 colors, so you do 70, 50 more for each grass energy attached to this Pokemon. This card is kind of cool here. Obviously, the issue is that it's a 3-prize Mega that also requires another Stage 2. And then you're like moving energy. I guess Energy Switch is better than Mega Venusaur EX. I was thinking this more of as a tech within Mega Venusaur, but it's not a very good tech within it, specifically because you need the Venusaur already in play, and you're not running a super thick Venusaur line. So you need to add like more to your Venusaur line, and then it gets out of hand. You need so many pieces. So playing it with Energy Switch works a bit better. You can like attach, then next turn you can also attach, and then you just need to Energy Switch 1 energy over, which is not too bad, or maybe 2, depending if you kind of want to burst into play in 1 turn, or do a little more damage. You don't really need more damage if you have Meganium in play. These single prizer. Is this good? I am very skeptical. I'm not going to lie. I'm still pretty skeptical. I mean, there's only 1 in this list anyway. I think Teal'c EX is going to be a very important attacker in this deck. But definitely a fun little card here. I don't think it's like horrendous. I think it's cool and it's fun and it's silly. Like a lot of these Megas, I think it's actually one of the more fun ones and powerful. I might have ranked it 3rd in this set. This set, as I said, is kind of meh, especially the Megas. But yeah, definitely a cool deck here. We got Mega Hawlucha EX. This one, The attack does, what's it do? It does 260 if there's a stadium in play, then you discard it. And also on, if it would be knocked out, you flip coin of heads. You're not knocked out, you have 10 HP. Obviously, your opponent could then, I was going to say knock you out with Monkey Door, but you do have your own Monkey Doors, so maybe you could stop that, or maybe not. And then you also have, now, I was gonna say you have like healing. You don't have healing outside of Monkey Door, which is like kind of meh. Um, oh wait, actually, what? No, this is Gigalith. Gigalith does damage based on the damage on your bench fighting Pokemon. So I guess the idea is to attack with Mega Hawlucha EX first, and then attack with the Gigalith, and then you like heal off the Mega Hawlucha because like otherwise it's gonna die, and that's like bad. And you go up 3 prizes. So that's a really funny concept for a deck. I don't know if it's any good, but it definitely seems really cool. We see Festival Grounds. Okay, that's interesting. That's a stadium that removes special conditions, which also poison or burn would knock you out. So definitely a really cool deck list here. Definitely seems kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like the idea, I don't think it could get super good, but it seems really fun. So yeah, definitely a pretty big fan of this deck idea. Is it good? I mean, it plays it's energy sticker. That's like but it's a really fun deck idea, and probably not something to try out, but something that I think some people would like a lot. Then we got Festival Lead, and we got some stuff here. We got Alakazam, just like some relatively straightforward decks. I mean, they're not the most straightforward decks out there, but they're not like super crazy, especially they're not playing new cards. Also, here is a list which focuses a lot more on Mega Kangaskhan EX, but still plays a Mega Absol EX, which is interesting. Also plays a Fighting Energy, I guess, for Crispin, which is kind of interesting. But then we see more fighting stuff, and I think that's about it here for the cards from the 100 Start Deck 100 Battle Collection. I'm gonna quickly take a look to see if there's anything else. Oh, I know there's one last school deck I do definitely want to talk about, but we got Ogerpon with dealing with Ogerpon EX with a Dragon EX. You got this weird disrupted Mega Absol box with like extra stuff. It's kind of crazy here. We got more like a Frostlass. We got Mega Kangaskhan, of course, from Ogerpon EX with Joltik. We have Poison, Ethans. We have, this isn't playing. I think this Stunfisk is new. It's like a trapping Pokemon. It's kind of meh. Then there's one really interesting deck I do want to show off. Again, we do have like some of the Megas. What is this? We got a 4/4 Hariyama. Got a 1/1 Mega Frostlass, 2 Stunfisk, a Comfy, by the way, each player draws 3. We have a 3/2 Mega Lopunny. Like, this deck is all over the place in like really fun way. Oh, I guess, yeah, attack with the Hariyama is also very important to your game plan. This deck honestly seems kind of like, I don't know if it's good, but it legitimately could be pretty cool. Like good, not just cool. Then we have Tyranitar, Dodrio, which is kind of fun. We got Stevens with stuff. I haven't really seen that much Stevens. Then I could have sworn there's another deck that was like super sick. Here we go. Actually, we'll go to the bottom quickly before I show off that list. We got some Mega Frostlass stuff. We got What on Earth, Greninja, EX, Mega Electros, Mega Dragonite. There's a lot of stuff going on there. We got the EX Ancient Pox deck, I'll call it, I guess. Then got some other stuff here. Again, there's a lot of different things, but the deck I also want to show off, the last one here, is Lycanroc Dodrio. This deck, tell me if you want me to play any of these decks on my channel. I do think I want to try this deck out. I'll probably send it to Uncommon Fossil as well, because he'll love this one. Well, I don't know, he likes Dodrio. I like Lycanroc, I guess. I haven't really played it. But Dodrio damages itself, you draw a card, and then Lycanroc does damage based on... Well, you can accelerate Spiky Energy, and then you do damage based off of the damage cards on your opponent's active. Then you can also use Vengeful Punch to get more damage counters on them, and Monkey Dory as well. Luckily, this deck, I feel like it really gives me confidence that this deck doesn't have like a lot of Monkey Dories, because, like, yes, Monkey Dory theoretically is a really nice option in this deck, but you also need a lot of things to be going your way for that to be good. I could actually see a second one, but I definitely like people not like going crazy on the Monkey Dories. It can be good, right? It can be a good card, definitely. Yeah. Then we also see Team Rocket's Venture Bomb being crazy good here. You get value out of both putting the damage counters on yourself or on your opponent's Pokemon, which I don't think is anything I've actually seen before. I mean, I've seen decks playing it, which play Monkey Dory to get it back over, but that's just trying to put it on your opponent's Pokemon, and you're kind of settling if it ends up on your Pokemon. But here, it allows you to put it on your own Pokemon, and then from there, you're able to actually do more damage with it by putting it on the Dodrio, which is really cool. We also see Brilliant Blender. I guess Arvin for Brilliant Blender to get the spike energies in the discard to then accelerate them, which is really fun. Overall, just some really cool concepts in this deck. I feel like there's a lot of really cool decks. Again, this is Pokemon Book. I sometimes get people who ask and like have no idea what the website is after I've like said a bunch of times. So it is still Pokemon Book. I said that at the beginning of the video, but I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Check out these new decks and make sure you subscribe. And as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.